live at noon. There was a flurry of investigative activity at the home where a Detroit police officer was shot and killed last night. We're going to walk you through everything that's happened.
Thursday rain moving through the area, heavy in spots, breaks in other spots. So we'll play out the rest of your day and look into the weekend.
This is a fictional narrative that has been perpetrated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves.
And the final day of this week for the impeachment hearings on Capitol Hill. What we've learned from testimony from two key witnesses.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. We do begin here with breaking news from Detroit's west side as police are investigating a shooting. We're told that this SUV crashed into a pole near Puritan and Myers after the shooting, and the crash also knocked down a power line. We are continuing to gather information from that scene. And our other top story is a somber day here in Detroit as the city mourns the loss of a Detroit police officer killed in the line of duty last night. The 18-year veteran of the force was one of two officers shot responding to a home invasion. The officers got into a shootout with the suspect last night on Wyoming Avenue near 8 Mile. This afternoon, the other officer is still in the hospital, but he is expected to be okay. The suspect is also hospitalized, but is in police custody in the hospital. Let's get to Sean Lay. He is outside of the home where all of this unfolded last night with new information about what may have sparked the police response.
We've been out here all morning long watching just a flurry of investigative activity. This is the home here on the west side where these two officers were shot. One of the officers not surviving. Now, we're talking to people up and down the street, helping us paint a picture of exactly what happened here. And they're describing in their own words the chaos that unfolded here last night.
As soon as I sat down, the world exploded.
Ernestine Wright heard a flurry of gunshots last night, 2 doors down from where she lives on Wyoming. This is the home where Detroit police officers went in, searching for an armed home invasion suspect. That suspect opening fire with what police are describing as an AK-47 style weapon. One officer, a 16-year veteran of the force, was hit in the neck. He did not survive. Another officer was hit in his leg. He's being treated at Sinai Grace right now. That gunman was also shot. He was captured trying to escape, running away on the next block over. Police Chief James Craig.
What we do believe is that this was part of a domestic situation. Preliminarily, I can say that he was looking for his girlfriend. He was angry.
Witnesses now telling us that the gunman came here looking for a female friend. Apparently, a dispute was raging over money. Everyone inside the home was able to get out. When police went in looking for that gunman, that's when those shots were fired. Detroit Police Chief James Craig expected to again update us on the situation at 1 o'clock today. You can watch it live on clickondetroit.com. From the west side, Sean Lay, Local 4.
And our thoughts and prayers are certainly with the entire Detroit Police Department as well as the families of those officers impacted. Of course, we will cover Chief James Craig's announcement and anything he has to say on clickondetroit.com and, of course, later editions of Local 4 News. It is the third and final day of public hearings this week in the House impeachment inquiry. And this morning, we heard testimony from Dr. Fiona Hill. She is a former top White House Russia expert, and U.S. diplomat David Holmes. He says that he overheard a call where President Trump asked whether Ukraine would go forward with an investigation into the Bidens. Susan McGinnis is on Capitol Hill with the first half of today's testimony.
Testifying on what could be the final day of witness testimony in the House impeachment inquiry, Fiona Hill, the former top Russia expert at the National Security Council. Hill relayed her alarm over the president's attorney Rudy Giuliani's role in Ukraine policy and his efforts to pressure Ukraine to investigate Trump's political rivals. She describes Giuliani as pushing Ukraine for an investigation into Burisma, the company whose board included Hunter Biden, the former vice president's son. And she criticized the president's defenders for promoting a false narrative that Ukraine interfered in the 2016 election.
I refuse to be part of an effort to legitimize an alternate narrative that the Ukrainian government is a U.S. adversary and that Ukraine, not Russia, attacked us in 2016.
Testifying alongside her, David Holmes, the diplomat who says he overheard a phone conversation where President Trump asked Ambassador Sondland if Ukraine was going to start the investigations he wanted.
Ambassador Sondland replied that he's going to do it, adding that President Zelensky will do anything you ask him to do.
After the call, Holmes asked Sondland whether the president cared about Ukraine.
Ambassador Sondland stated that the president only cares about big stuff. I noted there was big stuff going on in Ukraine, like a war with Russia. And Ambassador Sondland replied that he meant big stuff that benefits the president, like the Biden investigation that Mr. Giuliani was pushing.
To Republicans, Holmes' testimony includes more claims based on secondhand information.
Hill also believes Russia is gearing up to interfere again in the 2020 election and that the U.S. is running out of time to stop it. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
And of course, you can keep it right here. We will continue our special coverage following Local 4 News here at noon when it resumes on air and online at clickondetroit.com as well. Meanwhile, taking a look outside, it is a gloomy Thursday. We have rain in the forecast, but it is on the mild side, Brandon. Feels a little more like it should be this time of the year.
Yeah, we have warming winds trying to warm us up even with the rain. And part of the problem with the winds, a lakeshore flood warning, New Baltimore, Fairhaven, Harson's Island. Just wave activity created by those winds. The other obvious big story is the rain, which is pivoting through the area. Spotty breaks in the action like what we're seeing over in Washtenaw County, but get ready for more pounding rain for at least a little bit. So we'll get some breaks on and off with the rain, but it's with us through the afternoon and early evening. Temperatures are mainly in the middle 40s right now. Those winds out of the south will be pushing upwards of 20 to 30 miles an hour. And again, rain sort of on and off through the rest of the afternoon, slowing down that evening drive, hoping, Rhonda, to end near 50.
All right, Brandon, thank you. We are expecting to hear from a judge in a fight to keep an Oakland County teen on life support. A settlement conference is scheduled for this dispute between the family of 16-year-old Titus Cromer and Beaumont Royal Oak Hospital. Cromer has been in the hospital for a month. The hospital says that Cromer has lost all brain function and that he should be taken off of life support. But the family filed a restraining order to keep him alive. After more than a week of repairs, the Grosse Ile Parkway Bridge is expected to reopen tonight. Wayne County officials announced that emergency repairs that have been taking place on that bridge should be wrapping up later today. But of course, the rain could play a role in that. The sudden closure of that bridge caused long delays, like hours-long delays to get off the island and on the island, frustrating a lot of drivers. So hopefully they'll be able to get that reopened tonight. Meanwhile, some excitement in downtown Detroit. H&M, the department store, has now reopened. Opened, the grand opening at noon today. It's right on Woodward Avenue, and it offered the first 500 shoppers access to H&M Fashion Pass, which is valued up to $500. Paula Tutman is at the grand opening, and she will have a full report of the business buzz in downtown on the first day, on First at 4. What a nice assignment to be there. I wonder if she's shopping or actually working. All right, still to come, in the right place at the right time.
I hugged him and I wanted to kiss him. You know, we shook hands.
A man rescues this driver as his car goes up in flames and he's stuck inside of it. Also, what's to blame for that fire? But first, two of the big three issue big recalls, the models that could catch fire or stall when you're driving. We'll be right back.